So I soaked it in, first I washed them, then I soaked it in a little bit of salt water, then I rinsed that out and spin dried it. Now, because it's still a little damp, which is good, keeps it fresh, and I'm going to roll it up in paper towel and put it in a plastic bag until I'm ready to use it. And I'm going to put it in the fridge. Now I'm going to add some Dijon mustard. Whoa, a little bit of air trapped in there. Okay, and equal parts mayonnaise to that. I'm left-handed, so I'm having to use my right hand here, which is a little awkward. There we go. And then I'm going to mix that up, if I can get in there, with my left hand and not a little Dijon and mayonnaise. That part. Now I need to drain 2 tins of tuna. Okay, now let's add, well first let's de-chunk the tuna. It's 2 cans of drained tuna. Okay, so we don't want the chunks. We're going to be frying tuna patties, sort of like salmon patties. Have you ever made salmon patties? Well, this is tuna patties. So I'm going to add some bell pepper from the freezer And I'm going to add some relish to it, maybe 2 teaspoons, and I'm going to add some minced garlic to it, maybe the same amount as the pickles. Now I'm going to add some Parmesan to it, a little bit of Parmesan. Maybe 3 of these scoopy things. I think it's about a teaspoon. Okay. Now, we're going to lightly mix that before we add the mayonnaise and Dijon to it, and the breadcrumbs. We need breadcrumbs, so I had to take them out of the freezer. So they need to thaw out a little bit. Guess I could pop them in the toaster oven. And get some of this, put lids back on. Okay, if I can get some of these breadcrumbs. Yeah, they thaw pretty quickly. These are pre-seasoned breadcrumbs. I make it from the heels of my bread that nobody likes to eat. So I dry out the toaster oven without the heat. It dries out to crumbly. Then I put it through the food processor and with a little Italian seasoning or chives or whatever I happen to have. So, look at that. Nice and thawed out. And I keep it in a container in the freezer. Whenever I want it, I have it. And I scoop out what I need. Okay. So now, let's add a bit of the breadcrumbs. Let's see. Just a bit of the breadcrumbs. Get it mixed in there. It's going to be delicious. And if you don't want the whole thing fried up, you can eat it in a sandwich if you don't add too many breadcrumbs to the mix. Now we need to add the mayonnaise and the Dijon mustard concoction here and get it to come together, because we're not adding any eggs to this, short of what is in the mayonnaise. But you can have this as a sandwich, whereas if you had egg in it as a binder, you can't have that as a sandwich because it's a raw egg. But we don't want to be doing that. So, how do you make your tuna patties? Do you use a Teflon pan? Do you use a cast iron pan? I haven't decided what I'm going to be using. I'm thinking it may need a little bit more of this. So maybe I didn't make too much, because we got to make it into a patty, and then we have to dredge it in the breadcrumbs. So I think I will be using the remainder of the secret sauce, let's call it, the mayonnaise and Dijon mustard. Yeah, let's see. Here we go. Might as well scrape that off too. Waste not, want not. Put that there, and let's use the scraper here. Get every last bit. Every last bit. Yes, indeed. Now we can switch from the fork to the spatula. Move that over there and give it a good turn. Get it all incorporated in there. Oh yeah, this is looking really good. Now, tuna's naturally salty, so let's not add any more salt to the mix. Let's add some pepper though. I do like my pepper. How about you? You guys pepper everything? Sort of like I used to use ketchup on everything. Well, but I gotta have my pepper. And I mix that in. I'll probably start sneezing now, because every time I add pepper, it goes right up to my nose. There we go. mixed up. I think it'll make really nice patties. So, let's see. Alrighty then, I've dredged the tuna patties in breadcrumbs, and now I'm going to put a pizza pan, or any kind of pan that will fit, slide it under. Hopefully it works. There we go. And I'm going to put it in the refrigerator to firm up, because you don't want to fry them just like they are. So they got to chill for a while and clean up the dishes while I'm waiting. And there you go. I'm going to add some of the salad dressing to this, and it should be delicious.